Hello everyone and welcome back to what? That's the wrong channel entirely. Kerbal Space Program, where in between videos I've done some very basic stuff. For example, I have put another satellite receiver specifically around the moon because, I'm still kind of figuring out how the ComNet thing works. Let me go vessel links. This thing has relay stuff on it, instead of direct comm satellites, which is a difference that exists if you look at the detailed information on those parts. And I believe that I needed, from what I tested at least, I need a relay going around the moon in order to have control of vehicles or anything remote controlled on the moon, or at the very least it certainly helps. So yeah, this thing has the high gain antennas pointing in that direction. Oh, I'm missing one, hasn't been extended yet. I have these RA2 relay antennas pointing towards and away from the moon, I guess. But I also have... Well, also this is going to rotate, so that's going to obviously be spinning and constantly should have something pointing towards the moon. And I also have this thing, the Communotron, which for the most part should be pointing towards Kerbin, but we're also close enough to where, if anything, we are connected to this and the moon mapper, we're connected via the relays and all of that. It should always be connected to the whole thing, the whole shebang. And wildly enough, it's also connected to these two orbiters around the sun I have. That's pretty cool. But yes, let's go to the tracking station. I got rid of most of the space debris. Like, everything that was landed on and splashed down on Kerbin I got rid of. I got rid of stuff that was just orbiting in the immediate vicinity of Kerbin, because that was just bound to cause problems. But I left all the stuff that's way out here, because, I love the thought that, okay, these two are, for example, are very likely to return to Kerbin's orbits at some point, but they might also crash into Eve. This thing might crash into Duna, for example. That's just so potentially wacky that I love it, and I would like to keep them around, see what sticks around. Because, if at the very end of the game we're going to, like, ELO, and we can look back that a decade ago we still have Moonman Mark 1 debris rotating around the sun, that's pretty cool. Now, what am I going to be doing today? Today I'm going to be launching 2 missions in order to put a permanent base of operations on the moon. The first thing I'm going to put on the moon is called the Relocatable Autonomous Broadcast Base Integrated in Terrain. AKA, we're going to put a R.A.B.B.I.T on the moon. So the way this thing functions, it only has 5,000 delta V, compared to some of the designs I have, which have way more. But this thing does not have to take off from the moon. It goes to the moon and it stays there. So it has these this first stage using boosters, which are actually from the DLC that I got, the Pollux boosters, which are a little bit heftier than the kickbacks. Then we have the actual rocket layer, so it only has 2 stages, you can see. First stage is the boosters, and then it decouples, and we have just our rockets in this stage, with roughly 3,000 delta V, although I've noticed that it actually is higher than this. The delta V is a little bit higher because in some calculations it takes into account this stuff, and also doesn't fully consider that we're dumping this thing, I think? But at the top we have, instead of a regular Mark 3 command pod or Mark 1 command pod or Mark 2 command pod, which again came with the DLC, but this thing has like, I don't know, from what I've unlocked, it has like 3-4 pieces in its size, because it's like a mid-size between the Mark III and the Mark I, and there's like nothing in that size. We actually have a cupola module, because that's a bit lighter. It only carries one passenger. Like, look, it's 0.886. This one is 0.746, right? But this is 2.438. Actually, maybe the Mark I would be better, but I've already invested and this thing works. And it's nice to put a Communotron at the top. It's got the photovoltaic panels at the sides, and it has relay antennas over here and over here, as well as a little bit of an antenna here to Communotron, because it has a, you know, you don't really need to point it at anything specific as far as I understand, it just kind of picks things up. Then in the service bay, of course, we have all our scientific equipment, but only one set of everything, because these are all repeatable experiments, so we just have those around, and then the scientists will repeat them, because yes, we have a mobile processing lab for the scientists over here, which I will show you in a moment, and then, yeah, then it's just, you land. For crew, we're not bringing Jeb, because Jeb's too important to just strand on the moon, so I've hired some new meat. Meet Theopont Kerman, who's gonna be our pilots, and our scientists Tebritz and Hagen. And yeah, they're gonna hang out in here, and I should change their equipment while I'm here. And yeah, that's gonna be the R.A.B.B.I.T. And this thing is Moon capable, I just need to not mess that up. So let's give it a whirl. It's again one of those missions that isn't necessarily like super precise. The second mission, I'll get to the second mission when we get to the second mission, is gonna need to be a bit more precise, because it's gonna be, obviously, if we're sending them both to the same place, it's based on where we end up landing with the R.A.B.B.I.T. So I do a little bit of a gravity tilt here, but I don't want to do too much, because it has a tendency to also sway a little bit too much on what, is that normal or anti-normal or radial in and out? I'm not really sure. Uppy downy. It goes too much uppy downy, so I'm just giving it a little bit of a side kick. Call me Batman the way I'm giving it a little bit of a side kick. I don't know, these readings haven't been fully accurate, but this should be okay. We still have more than half our Delta V after this maneuver. I forgot to disable debris in the tracking station, but it just is what it is. While we wait to get to our maneuver, before I forget, because that is the biggest possible threat. What is this? Oh, it is the photovoltaic panel. Oh. Forgot I put them on that side as well, then. Genuinely. Oh, made myself a little bit of a challenge clicking on some of them because of the antenna, but there we go. So all the photovoltaic panels are out, although we are obviously kind of on the dark side. Oh my god, I forgot to launch. We're on the dark side of the planet, but every time we aren't, every time we loop around and we're actually in the sunlight, it's gonna give us quite a bit of electricity, so we shouldn't be at risk of... Oh, we're already back to full. Should never be at risk of falling short or running out of electricity. No, this is, again, not necessarily the most precise part of our launch. So, the only important part is that we have a periapsis bigger than this. I'm pretty sure I don't think I want to be at 60k. I want to be at like 75k at least. So ensure that we're just, you know, safely in an orbit where we are not going to burn and start to descend. That's the important part. Pretty solid encounter here. Just run this. Can I make it with slightly less burn? No. I mean, if you're just gonna give this to me, I would not be opposed to it. Sure. 774 burn for this maneuver. Again, I'm sure it's possible to do a more efficient burn here, but like, oh, I don't want all vessel lengths. Let me go path. But this looks perfectly fine to me. Full electricity. No, not full electricity, but again, we're on the dark side. But as we flip around to the light side, you can see that it instantly charges back all of our electricity. It's possible we won't have enough on this, I'm realizing, to relay all that information. Now I assume, actually, because the moon is way over here, my assumption is that we're gonna do a full lap around Kerbal first with this maneuver, and then we're gonna do our encounter with the moon. That's my prediction. I don't think the moon's gonna be there by the time we get to there. That's good enough. Yeah, there you go. I mean, maybe. Let's go 1,000 times speeds. No. That's definitely on the next lap around. I can't tell. No. It's definitely here. Okay, good. So at the periapsis, we will do a maneuver to do a retrograde burn. Put us in an orbit around the moon. Because from my... I feel like I messed something up there. Hold on. From my testing, it does make it way easier to pick where we're going to land if we have an actual orbit. It can be a real close orbit. 27k, that sounds swell. So point to maneuver. How's the scientist's view look? I guess, ooh, snacks. I guess they're just chilling, waiting for the science to happen. But I'm going to need to just do this, and once we're in this little orbit, pick a good spot where to start a burn in order to land not on the dark side of the moon. And we should have plenty of burn to pull off this maneuver. Good job, Theopont. Even though you have a whack-ass name, you've done a good job. And then we rotate around, and actually, like, looking at this, maybe not quite at the periapsis, but yeah, we have a very weird orbit. But that's fine. Not quite at the periapsis, but close to it, a little bit after, is where I would like to start a burn to sort of land in this section of the moon. But ideally, not like in a crater, if we can avoid it. If we can avoid it. Whoopsie! It doesn't really matter. Let's just lap around one more time. My bad, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter. Dark side of the moon is, right? Does the moon's dark side shift? I don't actually know. I don't know if it's locked in direction towards the sun in any way. Okay, so, alright, a bit more. Just a little bit more. Now, let's exit map view. And we're going to be pointing retrograde and trying to go for a landing. So let's burn. And eventually, boom, you'll see that, just like that, our periapsis has vanished mysteriously and is now instead pointing at this little spot on the moon. I'm trying to aim for this spot because craters, mostly not craters. That would be ideal. Still plenty high above the little satellite we got here. 900 delta V? What that really means is we're A-okay so long as our speed doesn't reach 900. Is how I'm choosing to read that, because that means that we can slow ourselves down to 0. No problem. So this looks like something. I'm gonna do another quick save, because this already looks pretty solid. I don't need to redo the rest of it. Okay. How high are we? Close enough that I feel like I would like to... This is like a solid spot, I think, somewhere in this little area to land. Try and land, at least. Let's do a big burn to put ourselves upright. Whoops. Stability, please. Then retrograde again. Yeah, that looks good. Look at that, we have 343 delta V in the bank. I definitely totally did not forget up until this point that I need landing gears. Look at Tebret. He's having a great time. Theopont's also loving it. Everyone's loving it. Good. Good. And then we just descend upon the planets. Again, I know that this is not the most efficient way to do a landing. You need to do... the most efficient way is a suicide burn. I know what a suicide burn is. I know how it is the best way to do it. It's also just very scary. And I have Delta V to spare because, again, this thing doesn't need to go back to Kerbal, so there's no real reason for me not to just tease it in, essentially. Like, this is the kind of approach I like to do. Change the stability preemptively because we're just going to need to be pointing up instead of not up. Okay, this is gonna be clean, dude. You seeing this? And we are on the moon. Oh. That deserves another quick save. Hopefully we are not... No, we're not even wobbling enough or sliding around in order for the game to be like, hey, you're actually in motion, so like... Oh. We did it! Well, the first steps here are we extend the ladders, because I did put ladders on this thing. We are getting electricity, because it's not dark. We don't need that in our face anymore. As long as Theopont can keep this thing stable, this thing can just stay on the moon, as far as I understand. Also, technically, I can... No, wait, no, never mind. I removed the coupling options from these things. Eventually, I would like to make an actual proper base-type thing land here, with, like, the... It's a tech that I haven't unlocked, which is, like, something that grabs the ground and sticks the base in place. For now, what we need to do is we need to open our service bay, log seismic data. Oh, okay, that's a lot of science. Can we transmit data first? Okay, we can't because we don't have enough electricity. Does it pick up from where... No, it does not pick up from where you left off last. Ay, that's annoying. And I mean, if anything, we can also always land something else with more battery power. And have our Kerbals manually bring the scientific data from one thing to the other. But... Well, this is here. We go back to the tracking station. Holy smokes. get rid of you. The rabbit is on the moon. My goodness. Well, that's not the only thing. Like I said, I have something else to put on the moon. Also, wow, that took less than 30 minutes in total. I have another thing to put on the moon. It's called the Robotic Extraterrestrial Exploration Enhancer, or the R.A.B.B.I.T. It's the R.A.B.B.I.T. These don't need to be extended. So it doesn't carry any scientific equipment. It doesn't... well, it does. It does in a way. It carries very little, in fact. But what it does carry is a drone, a rover, rather, which, yeah, it does have a control thing. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do here, though, is first off, I'm gonna grab and make it so that there's more batteries here. In fact, maybe even more than that. Yeah, like, this entire layer can be battery city. Because then this can be used to transmit data back to Kerbal through our relays. That needs to happen. Like, these boosters come off, these rockets come on, and the fairing goes away. And there needs to be another thing, because this needs to separate without separating these things, and then we hope that when this thing lands, it doesn't topple over. I'm sure it'll be fine. But other than that, I mean, the mission's going to be exactly the same as it was before. Which is just land on the moon. It's like no big deal. This thing has slightly more delta V in total. Because it is lighter, because again, it does not carry like a cargo bay and a science lab. It just has, well, the rover on it. The R.A.B.B.I.T. This has a very slight wobble to it, but I assure you, that's part of the whole process. Surely. Burn. And while we're burning, let's extend everything that needs to be extended. So, extend solar panels. Extend solar panels. So we have the electricity. I had a, yep, there you go, another antenna here. I did put relays on this design as well, didn't I? Okay, maybe I didn't, but there's a relay in space, so it should be able to do stuff with that. Oh. How neat. Close carbonate. Still burning. We're still burning. Yada dee, yada doo, yada da 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 doo. This should end up having more delta V to work with when we are circling the moon, so it should be easier to adjust where we want to land, I would hope. Sincerely. There we go. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Okay, it just kind of does look, though, that if we were to add a maneuver here, it's probably gonna be... Oh, wait! Wait, really? Already? Periapsis... Oh, wow, that's actually great. No, yeah, I'm all for this maneuver here. Huh. Okay, no, I'm confused. What, then it says closest approach. Oh, I guess it's showing that for when we are on this path, after our moon encounter, it's showing the closest approach. I'm making that assumption. Okay. Lovely moon periapsis on this. Let's speed time up. Yeah, this is gonna be on our first approach. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, let's plan out our periapsis maneuver then. To do a burn until we have... You know, that's completely fine, because we need to adjust ourselves afterwards anyway. So don't use too much Delta V on this. Because we're just going to adjust ourselves until we have an understanding of where we want to go on the moon. There we go. We are linked to satellite receiver Mark 1 over there. And in fact, yes, linked over there as well, so... Full CurbNet access is gonna be a guarantee, I feel like. Let's get to the burn. 7 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, burn. That's good enough. And then... Oh! Hold on. Do another burn at the apoapsis later, but... Let me just move away from the apoapsis so I can click on it. It looks like... Oh, we're gonna be passing basically right over... Right over. Dude. Ah, no, the rabbit has definitely moved closer to the dark side of the moon. Dang. Well, do I have lights on this thing? Did I put lights on this? No. Well, I have lights on the rover. That's not quite enough, is it? Well, then again, let's rotate. Oh, we're actually rotating the other way around from how we were rotating with the rabbits. We're losing probe access here. We do not have full access, but we have access here. Okay, you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate us around. Because it's a stable orbit, like, what do we care? So long as we have a stable orbit, we can just keep rotating until we have a good spot to do our thing. Which is... Gonna add maneuver at periapsis, by the way. To tighten this orbit around as well, so if anything we can land on this side of the moon as well. Because limited probe access still allows us to do a full burn. I know that much. So let's get this orbit tighter. So we can always find an option to... And look at this, we actually have full control because... Oh, because we're connected all the way over there to... Oh, to Kerbal. Never mind. Should be... Do we have a connection to... Yeah, we also have a connection to the satellite receiver, because it's, like, right there. So it's just a matter of timing, really. So this is okay now. And then we just keep rotating and keep rotating. Because I would like to see... the rabbits on the light side of the moon. Because right now, it's a little dark. That's how I would describe this. It's a little too dark. I'm curious, by the way, if I get close, like right over here, though. Am I close enough to switch to the rabbit? Like when I'm right over here? Nah. We're not. Dang. Can switch to the rabbit like that, though. Okay. Well, let's just spin around the moon for the next however long this takes. Wait. No, I'm gonna reload the save, actually. Because I just had a thought. I know thoughts can be dangerous to have, but also, can't I just... like, oh man, I wish I was going right over the rabbits. I have 1400 Delta V. I can make that happen. Like, if I did this... Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Is that, like, not basically directly over? I think it is. It's only 100 Delta V to change this. Sometimes my genius is frightening. And a zoop. Zip, zoop, zop, zoop. Got it. And then, like as a test, if I said a burn like that... Oh, dude. Dude, we could land, like, right next to him. So I'm just gonna move it slightly more, like, in this direction. I don't need to necessarily do that. I just need to rotate one more time, and then I can just set that as our burn goal in my mind. My mind palace. Whoops, point retrograde, preemptively, of course. And again, we have way, way, way more Delta V than we even did landing the rabbits, so I'm not even concerned. That should be good enough. That should be good enough, which is why I'm doing another quick save. And... Yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm pointing into that crater, you might say, but the reasoning I have there is that, well, we're going to be over here anyway, and we're just going to go... And I'm going to land here instead of there. So, yeah. Now we just kind of wait. Still full curb access, because we're connected to the solar plexus as well. Bounce signal through relay. Oh, we're bouncing through the solar plexus. That's sick. I like that. I don't understand how that works, because I'm pretty sure the solar plexus straight up only has direct. But maybe because it's directly connected to the Kerbal Space Center, or... Wait, I only have direct, don't I? I don't have relays. Or maybe... you count as a relay? I don't know anything, okay? I don't know anything. That's how I would describe my level of knowledge about anything in this game. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nada. So, let's just set it to that. Let's zip forward. So this is in 2 minutes, is when that happens. We're 42 kilometers away from where the rabbit is. There it is. Rabbit's right down there. Hey, sorry, quick side. So let's zoom forward again. And I feel like this is a good place to start doing that. Dude, yes. Yeah, this is perfect. It's a little bit of a drive, like 2 kilometers of a drive, but I think that's fine. Maybe. As long as we land and the drone doesn't explode when it drops. Because it is a bit of a drop. I considered putting more structural fuselages in there. Probably a good idea. Probably wouldn't have increased the weight, like, significantly at all. And that's basically it. I have no excuses for that. I probably really should have done that. But I don't know, testing it out on Kerbin, it lands fine enough. Another beautiful landing coming in. Full curb access from solar flexes still. Wow. Ghost shadows on the moon, that's normal. That's what you would expect to see on an alien surface such as this. Switch to stability assist. Wow. You know, going from 0 moon landings to what, 3, 4? That's pretty good, isn't it? I would say so. Like a glove. I know I quick saved again. So, R.A.B.B.I.T is 2.4 kilometers away. There's a bit. Not gonna say it's not a bit. Also, this thing might fall if we end up on the dark side of the moon for too long. But oh well. This thing has a little bit of a wobble to it before it goes down. But then it goes down. And look at that! Yeah, that thing is still... There it goes. We extend antenna. I have control of it. I need to get through... Yeah, like that. I need to somehow wedge myself through here. Can I? I did not think this through at all, did I? Okay, listen. It's gonna be risky, but what if I toggle the gears off? So it's standing on its butt a little bit. Just need you to squeeze on through, explode a little bit. What exploded? What exploded? I don't know. Actually. Could you brake? There we go. I think I don't need SAS, actually. Maybe. Switch back to you, and... Did one of the legs? I exploded one of the legs, I think. Maybe. This is more stable, so let's see if you can... prop yourself back up. Good! Oh my god. Now I just need to try... I keep saving, but come on. This thing has high potential to flip. Oh, I still have brakes on. There you go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Man, it says like no traction. It's like we're on the moon or something. Okay. Currently it's bouncing off the rabbits. Wait, it's bouncing off the rabbits? Oh. We already have a connection to rabbits from this thing. So the weight balance on this thing is rough. It's flipped already. And it's all exploded and... The antenna's gone. Right, so something about this design might not be perfect. Yeah, it's heavy. It's too heavy on the back. Hey, by the way, we got lights. Woohoo. Okay, but the lights actually Well, the good news is we generally don't need to go this fast. Also, it actually is fine if I tap it instead of holding the acceleration. Which just makes sense. I just need to go 2 kilometers. You know, it's fine. It's like Death Stranding. So the lights... The lights actually, once we're in this side of the moon, don't end... Well, I'm now realizing how dumb what I'm about to say is. When we're in the sun, I can use my lights no problem. Also, wait, while I'm here, disable you. Might as well do some readings, right? Although, these seem to be all the readings I've already done on the rabbits. Well. The point is, we got a thing on the moon. We got a freaking rover. On the R.A.B.B.I.T. So it should be more stable. Yeah, it should be more stable once we have a Kerbal on this as well. Not just because of better SAS, but also because the Kerbal's gonna weigh this part down. Actually. No, yeah, it's actually going fine. 20, almost 18 meters per second. Look at that. Look at that! It's a R.A.B.B.I.T on the moon! Oh my god, we're only a kilometer away from the rabbit. Okay, this, I'm not gonna speed up any more than this. Can I see the rabbit yet? No. Yes! There it is! It's the rabbit! Let's slow ourselves down so I can do a turn without exploding. Come on. I'm not using brakes because I know brakes will probably... Well, no, actually, because... Well, that's... You see, that's the beauty of it. Because it's so heavy at the... I want to say the back. Yeah, accelerating is dangerous, but braking is very safe. I'm not sure we have why we have signal strength 71%. Oh, probably because this thing itself does not have a great, great thing. Oh my god, guys! Guys, it's me! It's me, your new best friend, the R.A.B.B.I.T. Hello! Okay, now we brake, 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 we brakey, 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 brakey. And we slide, and... like a glove, man. Meep, meep. Okay. Oh. We switch to this. I was so confused, like, where is everyone? This is the R.A.B.B.I.T. And this is the rabbit. Haha. Oh god, this is so cool. I keep quick saving because I know there's always a non-zero chance that something will go wonky and explode. So real quick, if I turn off SAS... We will fall, we'll fall, we'll fall, we'll fall, we'll fall. So the opponent can never leave. Wait, or do I not have a robot SAS in here? I feel like I did. I, like, put a secret SAS module into this? That's Science Junior, but, like, I feel like I put a... attach payload here. Why did I feel like I put a robot into the service bay that's like somewhere in here? Service bay, service bay. So why is it so wobbly? Because I pressed shift. That's why we do quick saves, everyone. But let me test this. I mean, there's a way easier way to test this out, which is SAS is still on, but I EVA with you. Yeah, I do have a robot in there. Yeah, it's robot SAS. Because these aren't pilots, they can't do that. Are we working, by the way? Is the science lab active? Yeah, they are working. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Well, Theopont isn't a scientist, but he is ready to go. Okay, now check this out. Climb out. I mean, why does it say climb out? Climb out of what? Well, anyway, grab that. And he climbs down. Climbs down. Oh, right, this part is, doesn't have the ladder on it. Womp, womp. Look at that. We're on the moon. Oh, the moon. Oh, man. So. Ooh. I need you to actually climb right back up. Okay, you're gonna witness some amazing climbing physics in a moment. Grab, climb. Climb, 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 climb. And... Are you ready? I don't think you're ready. He wasn't ready either. Is it moon gravity messing it up? Because on Kerbal you would go sideways and climb up the sideways ladder. Maybe I need to adjust a little bit. Oh goodness. Goodness gracious. Oh, but do you have access to this science lab from this distance? Maybe. There you go. What? You're upside down now. What? There you go. You don't have access to this yet, do you? I'll pin this. Can I select that and put it in your inventory? Yes, I can! Ah, but this stuff's too heavy. I know how we can fix this. Maybe. Maybe. Wait, yes, I know. I got it. Look at that. Now you have all your scientific equipment in here. Now. What? You know what? Theopont is having a good time. He might be hitting his head pretty hard repeatedly, and maybe that's why he's having such a good time. But he's having a good time. And then plant a flag. It's gonna be your first step. The Mune parentheses real. It's true. It's true. Then do an EVA reports. That's something new. Take surface sample. I mean, that's where we've landed before, so nothing new there. But EVA science, check this out. Wow. Watching the astronaut look through the EVA science kit has given us conclusive evidence that the new situation has not improved their creativity. As the ball arcs off into the distance, you observe the ballet of physics between the applied impulse and the body's gravity. Our scientists will rejoice at the results. and hopefully agree that the 6 iron was a great club selection. Awesome. Awesome possum. And to bring that science back, maybe you can actually go over here and grab science from here? Hop, 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 hop. Maybe you can actually just grab the science, get on the R.A.B.B.I.T, and go to the R.A.B.I.T hub. Okay, let's try and make this work. Up, grab. There you go. There you go. The physics. Close the service bay. Come on, we're not animals here. Can you climb into that? You're in the service bay. Hello. Right, I put the ladders for this thing on the wrong side. I remember that now. Whoa, no. Aw, shucks. Do a flip. But like, since the scientists are working on that data, maybe I can just... Probably can't speed up time, no. Oh my god, thing's so far away. If only I could remotely control it, but it was rolling away. Oh my god. Careful. Whoa, Nelle. Remember, don't speed up too rapidly. So don't crash into the rabbit. You can crash into Theopont, he doesn't mind, but like, don't crash into the rocket that is very precariously balancing itself on the surface of the moon. Meep, 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 meep. Good. Then we switch back to you. You climb aboard. Look at that. Right, don't go crazy with it. Then... How long have I been recording for? Over an hour. Well, I'm invested now. Theopont, you need to go bring this data over to the R.A.B.I.T. You know, it's actually not that unstable and hard to control, so long as you do it with gentle taps instead of holding down any of the buttons. You can see how I'm tapping because the SAS button is flashing. Okay, turning is a bit more difficult. But not impossible, we are actually like slightly turning here. Towards the R.A.B.I.T hub. I'm amazed actually how functional all this stupid stuff I put together is. I hope you're as amazed as I am. Again, I'd much prefer doing this to looking up functional designs. It's just like, entirely because the fact that somehow the things I put together are functional, that just makes it so much better, as opposed to being like, well, obviously it's functional, I looked it up, it's supposed to be functional. No. Whatever the hell this thing is, works. Whatever the hell is over there, works. And it's probably the only thing that looks that stupid, and looks exactly like that, rather, out there, in the world of the Kerbs, that works. I think that's beautiful. Yeah, it's actually not a long ride at all. Maybe like a couple of minutes. So, cool. Break. Whoa, okay, don't. Turn off SAS. Turn it on. I don't know. Just. Oh. Break. Hop. There we go. Okay. We're good. Nothing exploded. Like, that's, you know, in real life, you might be a little bit more critical of success and failure. In Kerbal Space Program, nothing exploded? Yeah, that's actually a great success. Because sometimes something will explode and you're like, you know what, that's still pretty good. Is there an EVA report to be had from here? No, we're still in the Midlands. Okay. Or are these the West Midlands? Yeah. Okay. Just break. So we don't want to knock over the R.A.B.B.I.T either. We want to slow ourselves down. Then Come on. Could you stop rolling? Okay, maybe I need to make a little spin. So it's an angle that isn't likely to... Oh, right, I can just do that instead of holding brake. Right. Let's leave seat. Can you grab a report? Yeah, you can take the data from these things. Let's go grab the data from the ravioli as well. Then, where is the ladder on the R.A.B.I.T? Did I extend the ladder on the R.A.B.I.T? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, there it is. So then we extend the ladders. Someone in the apartment, like, above or next to me is drilling something. Huh. Get the ponts. Come on. Hop, 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 hop. Now remember, Theopont, what you're doing is cool, but you can't take too much credit. Jeb was still technically the first Kerbal on the moon. Okay, good. Climb. Then store the scientific data on this bad boy. Can you reach that? No. Shoot. Oh, frick. Ah! Come on. Come on. No. I didn't bring his jetpack. Oh well. I'll do it next time. On the frickin' moon.